Alright, I'm gonna demonstrate lighting this Coleman lantern because my brother told me about a story when he went camping with somebody who had one of these two mantle lanterns, and I haven't lit it. You can see I put my hand on top. It's ice cold. After they've been lit, you couldn't even do this for a couple minutes, and I got my hands firm on it. It's ice cold. Hasn't been lit for at least a week. I know it's kind of silly, but I light it when I run outside to get firewood when it's dark. I don't know why. Probably just to keep it working. You know, I bought it from somebody who was selling it at a yard sale. It was in a box, was never opened, but they bought it over 20 years ago. It was never used, so it's fairly well constructed, not like one of the ones you'd buy now that, I hate to say this, construction has come down. You know, manufacturers are getting so cheap nowadays, they're worried about their own pocket, how fat it could be. But anyway, let's get to the point of lighting this. Now, I pumped this up 30 times, which is what's recommended. I've heard of people pumping it like 35 or 40. Right when you get to 30, you really can't get no more pressure into the tank, and you should really stop. So I pumped it up. When I light it, I usually use just a regular lighter, and you know, you could use a match. I usually turn it all the way on. Yeah, I turn it the right direction. And then usually lights a little quicker than that, but these mantles have been used about 20 times, so usually slowly lower it down until the light level comes up. It's probably so bright it's probably overpowering the camera. I'll try to shade some of the light. It's on low right now. It's bright enough not to look directly at it. And the heat coming off of it is already amazing, how much heat it produces. When it gets warmed up, you can turn it up to high. It really doesn't do much on this one. That's low. You can go down pretty low. You go about the medium, that's as bright as it gets right there. This is low, and then bring it up to medium. Turning it all the way to high, see no difference really. But like I said, the mantles have been used about 30 times. It does light pretty easy. I don't know if some people light them and they put the match right up to the mantle. I never do that. I just put the lighter right up there, and the flame goes in, the fuel comes out, and then it ignites. Now I can't even touch the top. I only had it running about 2 minutes, and it's too hot to touch. Oh, there, see, it's too hot to touch. Actually touched it real. Now, one of the things about these is when you turn them off, they take about, I don't know, about 45 or 50 seconds before all of the light inside is gone. If you can see, there's still some. And then a couple little bursts. When you shut them off, it's kind of interesting. Smells like lighter fluid. As it's finishing up the burn cycle. I usually like to run it longer than a couple minutes after I pump it 30 times, but I guess I'll just leave it. I'm out here in the garage. Won't open the door when I leave with the car. Smell will leave. It's actually not that strong. Alright, well there it is, the Coleman 2 mantle lantern, classic. I got a couple of cook stoves that use the same fuel as this. I like them. They're older. They need new pumper things on them. One of them is so bad it doesn't work at all. It won't even pressurize the tank any. The other ones are okay. Those seem to light alright too, and they're old. I bought those used. Well used, I should say. They show it. They show the sign of their age, but they still work great. I like using them, you know, when I go camping. I don't go very often. Sometimes I just use them along with my barbecue. I'll cook my my side dishes on them. But I think it's fun stuff, even though I don't get to use it very often. That's why I use this when I go to get wood. And this is really bright. This is brighter than my battery lanterns and my flashlights. You know, throws a nice big aura of light in my yard. So that about wraps it up. Coleman lantern lighting.